And we are back on Out and About today. We are right in the middle of Buzz About, talking about hot topics. One of the hot topics we love to talk about is the cover and the issue of the upcoming Out and About Nashville for February. Editor James Grady is here. So tell us about the February issue.
Well, you know, we conceived of this issue before we had any idea that the Supreme Court was going to take the cases. It was really a way of saying to the community, you know, we can hold off on gay marriage and you can stall this, but gay weddings are here.
And there is the cover right there of the gay wedding. The very good friends of ours, of course, Josh and Michael. I was in the wedding and just, it was one of the most incredible experiences, I think, for so many reasons. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to say about the wedding that the thing that was amazing to me, outside of the fact that, I mean, Josh is just amazing when he put so much of it together, and then the way he did it was at the Country Music Hall of Fame, was the fact that it was at the Country Music Hall of Fame. The rehearsal in the rotunda as we were going through it. It was interesting because public could just kind of come through during the rehearsal because, you know, it's a public space. And we looked at, you know, because as, you know, you've got the guys walking, you know, down the aisle together and standing up there and the preacher going through the you know, service. People kind of looked around, and we kept expecting somebody to start making some really ugly comment, but there were no ugly comments. So people respected that, which I thought was great. Now, back to you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to have this kind of big gay wedding in Nashville, you know, at the Country Music Hall of Fame was a big deal. There are other Valentine's relationship sort of elements to this paper. We've profiled 6 or 7 LGBT power couples who have, in the course of their relationship, really affected the life of LGBT people in Nashville and across the country through their advocacy and activity. So that's really exciting for us. And I also got the opportunity to ask Cyndi Lauper some questions related to the upcoming Kinky Boots, which was exciting for me. And
did she surprise you at all? I mean, you kind of anticipate her to be a certain way. Tell me.
I think that the thing that surprised me is I knew that she would be sort of positive and very active, but the aggressiveness with which she takes up this cause, and, you know, there are these looks, right? She's like, it's very aggressive and it's very positive, and I thought it was wonderful.
Excellent. So that is in the February issue. You can pick it up on newsstands. You can go to outandaboutnashville.com. Do check it out. Always a great read. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, want to talk about something that's really interesting to me. Hozier, a new artist on the pop scene, has a video out, Take Me to Church. And I didn't realize when I first heard it, kind of the subject matter that this really surrounded. But he is garnering a lot of attention, Grammy Award nominations, all of that. But basically this comes from the fact that the lyrics basically address Hozier's lifelong struggle with his Catholic upbringing, and he said, "The church has provided society a justification for treating women unequally and treating homosexuals as if they have something wrong with them." That frustration also inspired the song's black and white video about 2 gay men running from persecution. So we're going to take a look at it right now, and we'll talk about it on the backside. Okay, powerful imagery. So just kind of give me your impression on the video.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Powerful images. I had this Matthew Shepard vision when I'm looking at that. Yeah, I mean, that's what we need, those kind of things.
No, I agree 100%. And I guess when this video first came out a few months ago, every Thursday for the last 10 years or so, a group of friends, you know, I get together and we call it church, and because we get together and have fellowship. And this song came up on a Thursday, and we watched the video as a group together, and it really was powerful because everybody's had sort of the same reaction, and just wasn't expecting it to be so intense. And by the time we finished watching it, everybody was emotional, and we're like, wow, we've really just been moved by this song, and we had never heard of him at all. It was a completely new experience, and we're like, wow, this is great. I'm glad this is out there. Despite how negative the video obviously is.
Right.
You know, I don't buy music, but after I saw this video, I went and bought all three of his things that he had on iTunes, because
that's great.
You know, it was amazing, and the rest of the music is amazing.
Yeah. Well, he's had 2 sold-out concerts here already.
Which this is good to see. So check that out if you haven't. I know a lot of people have, because it has had something like 100 and 60 million spins on Spotify and more than 75 million YouTube hits. So
Wow.
that is massive. Okay, I want to make sure that we have time for another topic too. Dissing gay celebrities. Where's the accountability? Now, this comes from a Howard Stern segment where he was talking about Sam Smith. And of course, Sam Smith is kind of like the music darling, you know, of the moment, and well should be, you know, and he's gay, and it's really, you know, he never tried to hide that. But Howard Stern said, Sam Smith is fat, effeminate, and a one-hit wonder. Of course, obviously, he hadn't done his homework. He's already had 2 hits. But, but kind of tell me, how did that,
I mean,
how did
it's
that
Howard
hit you?
Stern. That's his stick. He's rude. He makes rude comments to everybody. Friends of his, I think, you know, it's no holds bar, or whatever you say, take no prisoners. People, big celebs still come back to his show, even though he's, so I think he's getting treated just like, you know, it's just part of his deal. It didn't bother me. Like,
It didn't.
No, now, don't get me wrong. If Howard sees our show and starts calling me various names, then I'm going to be personally hurt. But that is his deal.
Right.
Yeah.
That is his deal.
That is totally his deal. I mean, and he attacks him
his,
because he's popular, because he's going to get attention. We're talking about it. So I
Right.
mean, yeah, it's his. But at the same time, I do feel for Sam Smith because he had posted, I think, a selfie not long after that sort of an open jacket. Like, obviously, it probably affected him. You
Sure.
can't hear something
Right.
like that and not be affected. So on a personal level, yes, it's offensive, but
Of course, but
Right.
thicken your skin. This is going to happen, I guess.
You know,
James?
the thing that struck me most, because I read the Advocate article, and I do what I don't like to do, which is to read the comments. And the comments from LGBT readers, you know, either range the gamut from he's cute to, you know, he may be fat and ugly, but he's a good singer. And those kind of comments just struck me as the worst kind of compliment.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, if Howard Stern is inappropriate, well, there are many people in our community
Well,
who are.
and when does anyone say you had to be thin and beautiful to have a great voice, to be a good singer? It's,
Right.
it's not. Yeah.
Or thin and beautiful, period.
Exactly.
right.
Exactly, and I just love, of course, we're seeing, you know, part of the video, that was his breakout, Stay With Me, but again, to me, this is just a guy who's doing his thing, and I don't know, I'm sorry. Howard
I
Stern.
saw him
Bothered you? You don't like Howard Stern.
I like Howard Stern, but I didn't like what he did
Well,
said
I
about
saw
this.
him at
yeah.
the Ryman, and it was.
He's always saying things about a lot of
And I think he's
people.
very intelligent, but I also
is.
think he can cross
He
the
is.
line
Yeah.
even in his own
Well,
area.
no matter what he has to say, I saw his show at the Ryman a few months ago. It was sold out, gay, straight, old, young, everybody was there. Who cares? It's Howard
So-
Stern.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we've got 30 seconds left. Who do you think is going to win the Oscar for Best Picture?
Oh my goodness.
I'm going
Choices.
with Boyhood.
Boyhood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you have any picks?
Is there a
I
comedy?
don't, but I doubt that.
Okay.
What's the funniest movie? in
Birdman,
it?
the funniest, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, I did see that. and
I really
did
did
like
enjoy
it.
that. I
Yes.
would like for that one to win. I love Wes Craven.
Imitation Game is great too. Okay, guys, thanks. Stay tuned. Brett will be back with a look at avant-garde right after this.